You are watching the Justice Chamber. Like it, subscribe it, and share.
CR 0543, State of Texas versus Wilbert Villamil. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Brittany Mitchell for the state.
Defense?
Jason Goss for Mr. Villamil.
And are you Mr. Villamil?
Yes.
Are you going to have to speak up so I can hear?
Yes.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Villamil, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Your Honor, we are proceeding on count 3 and waiving counts 1 and 2.
Any objections?
No, Your Honor.
Showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of aggravated child? That's a first-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 5 to 99 years in prison and life and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your
Mr. Villamil, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
No.
Counsel, has your client had a chance to confer with an immigration attorney?
I have conferred with an immigration attorney. I have informed him that a plea to this is, he's actually a permanent resident. A plea to this would be a certain denial of future permanent residency and deportation after serving a prison sentence, which is what he's pleading to.
All right. Mr. Vial, did your counsel advise you of the consequences of pleading no contest or guilty in the application of federal immigration law?
What was that again? Sorry.
I said, did your attorney advise you of the consequences of entering a plea in this cause number, either no contest or
Yes.
guilty, and how that applies to federal immigration law?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did that advice include possible consequences such as deportation, exclusion from the United States, or the denial of naturalization?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand the consequences of entering a plea in this case as it relates to your immigration status?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Sure.
According to the plea, you're pleading on count 3. Punishment is to be assessed at 15 years in the prison. There are no applications. There's to be no contact with the complainants, and there's Chapter 62 compliance. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Here's my question, because I see that affirmative finding of family violence has been crossed through. Is this
Exactly.
complainant his relative or not?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
Yes.
Showing you what's entitled waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No.
Then to the offense is charged. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence to support the defendant's plea?
I know we offer State's Exhibit number 1 and all attachments.
Okay.
Showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. Court has reviewed the same. The court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will find you guilty. Is there a reason I should accept this agreement? Why am I accepting this agreement?
Well, Your Honor, in this situation, what he has pled to is a single count of a single time of aggravated. He has agreed to do this early on in his process. He is not contesting his guilt, and he is not contesting what's going on. He's agreed to go to prison, and 15 years is a substantial amount of time.
State, why should I accept this agreement?
Your Honor, the child is very young. She's in therapy right now. I discussed it with the mother. And this is, there is a desire to get closure early on in this case, Your Honor.
So
At this point, we haven't had to re-traumatize the child by bringing her in and talking to her about this case yet.
this case is horrible. And I mean, I know he says he's pleading to a one-time, but from reading this.
He didn't say that. I said it because
Okay.
I was just talking about the legal issues
Yeah.
with that. So
But I mean,
that was something that I think was determined that did not happen.
well, she says that he asked her to live.
That's a different one. Yes.
What is wrong with you?
Well, Your Honor, I'm not trying to like beat around the bush. She was showing me her. And that's,
And you got turned on.
no, I didn't. I'm telling you, I'm not like physically like, well, I did get turned on, but not.
I was used when
How old is he now?
he's 35 years old now. But the trauma that he suffered as a child has definitely surfaced in a way that is abhorrent. It's in a way that is obviously is not good. And that's why we are here. And he is willing to go to prison, be a lifetime registered, certainly be deported. He'll never live. He's been in this country since he was 2 years old. He will never live in this country again legally. And he will.
So he's being released after he does his time, released to go somewhere else and deal with his trauma that may result in him some other child.
Well, he has what he is hoping to do is, as you know, the TDCJ system offers a pretty comprehensive treatment. And of course, you know, he will at some point be wanting to go on parole. He knows that he's going to have to complete that to do that. We have talked about it, explained it. He's going to take the opportunity to do that, as well as other programs that are offered in TDCJ. He is motivated to do that. And you know, at some point when he is released, as I said, he's going to go to a country that he has basically never lived in his entire life.
What country would that be?
Mexico.
They have nice beaches there. So again, we go back to the point. What were you thinking?
Yeah, I can just say sorry, but like the only thing I can tell you is that I I try not to hurt her. You know what I mean? Like,
Wait, are you saying that you were her in a way because you didn't want her to hurt her?
no, I asked her, you can put this in your mouth. That's it. And she said no. I said, that's fine. Okay, that's it.
No, this is a
Your Honor, what he has pled to is, and what he confessed to is by finger.
Mhm.
And he had told the police when they asked him that he told the police that he did that at the time, which is another thing. He was honest with the police. He told them what he did. You know, and at this point, we're asking for this because we have agreed early on not to leave this on a docket, not to go through the process, not to have his daughter have to come in and, as the prosecutor said, be traumatized by this, have to come in and talk to prosecutors, have to get the phone call from the DA's office. They want it done. They're going through a divorce. He's never going to have custody of these children. He's lost basically everything, including the country where he grew up, and he's going to lose his freedom for up to 15 years, and for a minimum of 7.5. But as the court knows, parole doesn't happen like that for these cases. They're doing 75, 85% of their time, and so he's lost his freedom for more than a decade. He has done a horrible thing, and there's nothing that he can say right now that can explain that. I think the court's questions of him, how he has confessed to you, and now that he has done it, and
No, he pled no contest.
He pled no contest because I advised it because there's a civil case going on, but that's a legal advice that he was getting from his lawyer.
Yeah. So, I mean, I understand, but he pled no contest. So again, we're back to what were you thinking? Because I'm trying to figure out where you're coming from to figure out whether I should follow this plea or not.
Sorry, Your Honor, I didn't do it. I didn't do it to like hurt my daughter. I tried. I'm begging and telling you, please. I'm telling you, please. I'm not trying to force. I basically grabbed her and I couldn't be. That's it. Like I can't. I don't know how to explain.
No. So the way you're explaining it to me, you're making it seem like it was an accident.
No, it wasn't
So was it an accident or not?
Literally, like it's not like I'm telling you like my actions were right.
I know. I'm just trying to figure out where you are mentally. And yes, it wasn't accidental. Am I right in assuming that?
He did not tell the police officers it was accidental. I don't think that he's trying to communicate that to the court. We are asking the court to follow this plea bargain. It is obvious that the man has, and it's obvious all of those things that we have for people who are charged and people who are convicted of this, all of those things are what's happening in this situation for people who have this apparent or this abhorrent behavior. He's obviously injured this child, and he understands that. He's signing for 15 years to go to prison because of what he's done.
All right. So this is a life case, honestly. So State, you want to explain to me why the court should follow this 15 years?
Your Honor, this was done, having been in this position, I have seen these cases that languish for 4, 5, 6 years. And I had discussion with the mother, and the benefit of the child was to get this done, have no right to appeal, so the child could move on. It's up to the court's discretion. I'm happy to reconfer with defense counsel as well on this.
All right. If you all want to reconfer, the court would be willing to accept a plea of 20 years, not 15. If you all want to reconfer on that, you can.
Okay.
All right. How would you feel if somebody were to take your 6-month-old, the mother of the 6-month-old, and your mom, take them because they're here illegally, and hide them from place to place because they're trying to get here to have a better life for themselves and take care of their family, and demand $800 from them? How would you feel about that? 923C. Can I have parties reannounced, please?
Daniel Escobar for the state. Matthew Allen for the defense.
All right. And are you Mr. Mendoza Perez?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. The court has found that the state is in compliance with discovery. The defendant filed an application for deferred adjudication. I'm going to show you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Judge, we're proceeding on count 1 and waiving count 2.
Any objection?
No objections, Your Honor.
All right. I'm going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with aggravated kidnapping? That's a first-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 5 to 9 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea bargaining agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargaining agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case? Did you understand that the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you, you guys are both moving at the same time. Court could find you guilty and sentence you up to life in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Perez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented? Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial, showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on count one. There's a $1,500 fine. They recommend deferred adjudication. They're taking in consideration grand jury number 785512, JN number 2096684. And you are to admit that you acted in concert or together with Angel Anthony Rivera, Pedro Jesus Alonso, and Gilbert Gonzalez Jr. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Showing you the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal paragraph. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the plea bargaining agreement, the state is recommending that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 8 years. Did you understand that's what recommendation from the state, and the court does not have to follow that recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to count one, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? Stating the evidence.
State offer states exhibit 1 in all attachments. No objections.
All right. And state, is the complainant aware of this agreement?
Judge, we've made attempts to reach out to the complainant, but so far I believe they've been unsuccessful.
All right. Thank you. All right, state, you may be excused. Showing you what's entitled Waiving Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to a jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Just that his family is here to support him inside the courtroom and outside. He does have a young child, but also his pastor is here. Since he's been released on bond, I think he's completed about 150 to 200 hours of schooling to be a barber. He's continuing to do that. We think that he's on track to continue what he's done while he's been on bond, and we would just ask the court to follow the plea bargain.
How old is your child?
He's 6 months.
How would you feel if somebody were to take your 6-month-old child and the mother of your child, and maybe who's out here outside for you?
My mom
Your mom? Who else is here supporting you?
and my pastor.
And your pastor. How would you feel if somebody were to take your 6-month-old, the mother of the 6-month-old, and your mom, take them because they're here illegally, and hide them from place to place because they're trying to get here to have a better life for themselves and take care of their family and demand $800 from them. How would you feel about that? I'm sorry, what?
I wouldn't like it.
Yeah, and that's what you did. And now you have this criminal charge, and now you have a 6-month-old who has a father who has done something horrible, who has a criminal case now. I'm going to tell you what I tell all people, and I don't know why people don't understand that. You cannot build your happiness off somebody else's misery. And that's what you were doing by demanding $800 from these people who probably have no money. You understand? And if you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be? You're getting drug tested today. What is it going to come back for?
I'll be clean.
All right. Have you used anything?
No.
All right. We're going to do a drug test today. It's going to be a $1,500 fine, probated. Take in consideration grand jury number 785512, JN number 2096684. You to admit that you acted in concert with Angel, Anthony Rivera, Pedro Jesus Alonso, Gilbert Gonzalez Jr. 8 years deferred adjudication. Probation, is there? Probation's not here. Oh, I can't see you with my glasses off. All right. Is there any community service hours that he can do where he's passing out food or something to people who are in need so he can learn that you can't be building your happiness off somebody else's misery? All right. It's going to be 200 hours community service restitution, and I'm not waiving that. You got to do parenting classes with parenting raindrops to rainbows. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Regular UAs, regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Field visits, 1 time per month until further notice. And probation, when probation feels that they don't need to do field visits anymore, just send me a form and I'll review it. There's to be, oh, did you take $800 for them? Did anybody ever get their $800 that they were demanding?
No.
If I could, I would just make you pay $800 to somebody. There's to be no contact with the complainant in this case, Benito Lopez. Probation, is there anything else he needs? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, Your Honor.
I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, and I'm so sorry. There is an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. All right, we can go off the record. You're going to have to start making better decisions. And from here on out, anything that you do in this case, you're going to have to ask yourself, is this a decision that could potentially result in me going to prison for life? If the answer is yes, don't do it. If the answer is maybe, don't do it. And because you have a 6-month-old, you want that 6-month-old to be proud to tell everybody, that's my dad. You understand? So from here on out, everything that you do, you should be trying to make your 6-month-old proud that he's lucky enough to have you as a father. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Good luck to you.
Courtroom hearing focuses on a defendant who entered into a plea agreement related to a serious legal matter involving restricted movement and financial pressure. According to the information reviewed by the court, the situation involved multiple individuals and a family who were placed in a difficult and vulnerable position. The case included concerns about individuals being moved between locations and not having full freedom to leave, along with a request for money connected to the situation. During the proceeding, the judge carefully confirmed that the defendant understood his legal rights, the terms of the agreement, and the potential consequences. The defendant chose to request deferred adjudication, a legal option that allows the court to delay a final judgment while placing the individual under supervision with specific conditions. The judge also took time to address the broader impact of the situation, emphasizing personal responsibility and the importance of making lawful and ethical decisions. By drawing attention to the effects such actions can have on others, the court highlighted the need for better choices moving forward. As part of the outcome, the court followed the agreement and placed the defendant on a period of supervised probation. This includes requirements such as community service, participation in structured programs, maintaining employment, and regular check-ins. These conditions are intended to support accountability and encourage positive progress over time. Overall, the hearing reflects a balance between legal accountability and the opportunity for rehabilitation, giving the defendant a chance to move forward under strict guidelines while avoiding a more severe immediate penalty.